So listen. So we have discussed about the concept related to the General Clauses Act. General Clauses Act 1897. This is our topic. Sir, these acts are generally classified into three parts, sir. First part is nothing but introduction. Along with that, some important definitions. This is the first part. What is the name of that? Where applicability of that? Definitions. What is the important definitions with that? Immovable property. Okay. Out of that, we discussed about document, in enactment, act. Like that, we have discussed about some important definitions in the last class. You go through the previous videos. If you are clear about the whatever we are discussed till today. So after that, the second category, in case of this second category, then general functions related to that. And last one is a miscellaneous. So like that, these are three variations, three categories of General Clauses Act. These are the three categories. Out of that, the first part, introduction and important definitions, we are completed. Today we are basically concentrate on some few matters which are related to the general functions, or which is related to the general matters related to General Clauses Act. Right. Okay. So listen. I'm giving some examples related to that. What are the important areas in the General Clauses Act? First of all, sir, first word is computation of time. Sir, how you compute the time in case of any central act, whatever may be the central act. In central act, we are counting some, suppose simple example. Sir, in case of Companies Act 2013, Companies Act 2013. Out of that, section 123 is there. Section 123, declaration of dividend. Declaration of dividend. Okay, declaration of dividend. So after that, we are discussed about section 127, the payment of dividend. Simple criteria. So what Companies Act 2013 clearly says that 30 days from the date of declaration, 30 days from the date of declaration, from the date of declaration, should make a payment to the shareholders. So whenever you should calculate the 30 days from the date of declaration, so in any situation, in case of any act, whenever they can start with the from to. Whenever the first series of days are excluded, last series of days are included. First series of days are excluded and last series of days are included. So there is nothing but computation of time. Clear? Whenever commencement and termination of time, commencement of time, computation of time. So this is the way one scenario. Whenever in any situation, you can use the words, you should calculate 10 days from to, or within 30 days from to, or within 15 days. So already we know about a one-person company under Companies Act 2013. You know about it, section 2 clause 62 and rule 3 clearly says about that. Out of that, whenever any nominee or nominee withdraw is concerned, or you can remove the nominee within 15 days of such a removal. Within 15 days from the date of removal, you can appoint new nominee in place of old nominee by obtaining INC 3 and INC 4 from the nominees. So like the 15 days from the date of withdrawal, 15 days from the date of removal. Okay, so from to whenever you are using the words, first day, first series of day is excluded and the last series of day is included. And also, whenever your computation of this particular time, first series of day is excluded. Yes, sir, correct. Last series of day is included, but last series of day is a holiday. As on the date court or office is closed. Hence, court or office are closed as on that prescribed day. Okay, sir. Shall be considered done, taken in the due time, the done taken next day, close then next. What is the due time, sir? Next day, after after which court opens. Court after opens. So this is the scenario, the computation of time and commencement and termination of time. These are the two concepts, commencement and termination of time. When it is commenced from, then the word commence, the first series of days excluded, last series of days included. After that, the last day, the due date or prescribed period is as on the date court or office is closed. Then next day after which the court is reopen. That is nothing but that is a due date. Clear? This is a concept related to the computation of time and commencement and termination of time. Okay, so this is we are discussed. After that, measurement of distance. Measurement of distance. So what is a measurement of distance? Whenever you wanted to measure the distance from one point to another point, now how you can calculate the distance in horizontal plane, in straight line plane, horizontal plane. So in a horizontal plane or in straight line, so in case of horizontal plane, in case of straight line, these are the scenarios, these are the situations you can measure the distance. In case of any central act, we wanted to, a regulation of commencement of this act, the distance shall be unless otherwise anything is mentioned. One point to another point, you can measure the distance on straight line basis, on horizontal plane basis. Okay, after that, sir, after one more important general functionalities, gender and number. Gender and number. So what is a gender and number? So generally in so many central acts, we can use the word he. Whenever you can use the word he includes she also. Whenever you can use the word singular, it includes a plural also. Like that, these are the two gender and numbers sir, in all central acts and regulations. In all central acts and regulations, any word which denotes a masculine gender, any word is masculine gender means male gender, shall also be taken as, shall also be taken as, or include females also. Masculine gender means he includes she, male includes female also. Like that, this is the one scenario. And also in all other central acts and regulations in which singular shall include plural also, vice versa. Plural includes singular and singular includes plural also. Clear? This is nothing but clear. Okay, sir. This is another. Right, so clear, sir. And one more important situation. Another situation. So recently we know about yes, simple examples. Whenever you are discussed about one person company in Companies Act, Section 2, Class 62, Rule 3 of Companies Incorporation Rules 2014. Out of that, we know about the member and nominee. What we are discussing, sir? Sir, a natural person only can become a member, can become a nominee. After that, a resident of India, a resident of India, because a resident of India can become a member, can become a nominee, like that we have discussed. But what happened? 2020 amend 2021 March budget amendments. March budget amendments. What is that? So even resident of India, non-resident also. ये बोला. Yes, a resident of India, what sir here clearly says that, sir, generally what we are discussing, a natural person can incorporate one person company in India, and a resident of India can incorporate one person company in India. In that resident also, what we are studying, 182 days or more, we are residing in India, like that we are studied. But what happened in the year of 2021, there is an amendment in March, there is an amendment related to this rule. What is that, sir? Sir, today, even resident and non-resident also can incorporate one person company. Yes. And also, sir, what we are studying, 182 days are residing in India. Then that person ये बोलता है, resident बोलता है. But what happens, sir? Law clearly says that this 182 days are replaced with the 120 days. This is the two new amendments. These are the two new amendments we are discussed. We are studied under. Sorry, these are the two new amendments. Sir. Okay, these are the two new amendments we are discussed under Companies Act. What lawmakers? What is the law generally, sir? What is the law generally? So law is nothing but law is not a static one. Static means once it is prepared, lifelong it is like that. No, sir, law is not like that. Why? Because a law is a dynamic in nature. Dynamic means it's keep on changing according to the requirement of the society. Yes, it's keep on changing. Okay, sir. It's keep on changing requirement of the society. Yes. And what is the meaning, sir? Generally, then you can prepare a rules, you can prepare a regulations, you can prepare a notifications, you can prepare a circulars. Yes, the authority has a power. Just example, in case of Companies Act, Ministry of Corporate Affairs has a power related to the company related matters for rules, regulations, notifications, circulars. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs has having a power to go through with this. They can prepare the rules, they can prepare the regulations, notices, notifications, circulars, all the thing. For income tax authorities, sir, Income Tax Act 1961, what happened? The income tax officer The IT department has a power to issue rules, regulations, notifications, and circulars. So, like that, what happens, sir? The construction of what is our next scenario? Like that, what happens, sir? Every rule and regulation, then authorities can prepare the rules and regulations. Yes, authority. Okay, sir. The amendments, notification, everything can be done by what, sir? Authority only. So, who is having a power to prepare? The same authority is having a power to amend, to add everything also. Generally, no. Sir, who is having power to prepare acts in India, sir? Parliamentary system. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, President is having a power. Like that, who is having an amendments to make a system and rule in Parliament? That means who is having a power to means make the rules. These are having power to amend the rules, power to add the rules, power to remove the rules also. Same scenario. Simple thing, sir. The people of a country is having a power to appoint prime minister, power to appoint MLAs, MPs, like that or not. The people of a country, they are having power to remove those people also. Simple. Another example, sir. Sir, you are appointed as an employee in the organization. You are an employee. So who appoints you as an employee? Employer is having a power to appoint me. The same way, employer has a power to remove me also or not. Employer give a powers to me or not. Employer has a power to remove my powers or not. Like everything. So what is that meaning? What is the impact? This is one more general function. What is that? Construction. Construction means preparation. Construction of notifications. Yes, notifications. Yes, sir. Issued under enactments, laws. Issued under enactments. Construction of notifications issued under enactments. Means simple, sir. Whatever may be the notification, whatever may be the circular, whatever may be the scheme, whatever may be the rule, whatever may be the bylaw, it is made after the commencement of the act. Okay, so now you can prepare the act. Companies Act 2013 is prepared. After that, so many amendments are not. So we already go through with the share capital and debentures the situation. Share capital is two types: equity share capital and preference share capital. So equity share capital is having normal voting rights. Equity share capital is having differential voting rights. So generally, sir, what Companies Act 2013 differential voting rights maximum of 26% of post-issue paid-up share capital. But what happened 2008-19? There is an amendment to that rule. 26% is replaced with the 74% of voting power. This is amendment or not? Yes. Where any central act or regulation, power to issue any notification, order, scheme, rule, form, or bylaw, anything. Power to issue. Okay, so power to issue any notification in these scenarios. Okay, sir. The power to issue, the same says who is having a power to issue. Okay, so those people are having power to remove also. Who is having a power to make the rules and regulations? Those people are having a power to means the persons who are having a power to appoint, the persons who have power to remove also, the persons who are having power to make the rules, those persons are having a power to amend the rules, to means cancel the rules also. This is one of the basic scenario. Simple examples, best example, income tax Act. As per Income Tax Act, income tax authorities can prepare the rules, they can amend the rules. Income tax, okay, so generally, sir, they can appoint persons, those people are having appoint to remove. Just example, sir, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, they can appoint regional directors. Regional director, they can appoint register of companies. This is authority. So Ministry of Corporate Affairs having a power to appoint regional director, then Ministry of Corporate Affairs has a power to remove the regional director also. Means power to issue. Wait, 1 minute. 1 minute. It's a simple, sir. What is that? The means authority, one authority is there. One authority is having a power to appoint you, the same authority having a power to remove you also. That is a basic scenario. Another situation, the authority is there. The authority has a power to add, power to make the rules and regulations. The power to make the rules and regulations. The like that the authority is having a power to remove the regulation, to add the any amendments to anything. So I'm having a power to make an act. The same I'm having a power to means amend that. I'm having a power to any remove that. Simple example, sir. What happened recently? Citizenship Amendment Act is there in India. Citizenship Amendment Act. So Citizenship Act of India that is prepared by our Parliament. Who is having power to amend? Parliament only. Means the person who is having the authority, who is having power to appoint, to our power to make the rules and regulations. The same, the authority having the power to remove the rules and regulations, amend the rules and regulations. Okay, sir. Everyone is clear? Next, sir. One more important situation. So what happened? Best example, the bill was introduced. Simple example. So bill was introduced in Lok Sabha, that is passed. Introduced in Rajya Sabha, that is passed. That was introduced, went to the president, went to the president. So whenever that is went to the president of India, what happens? He accepted. After that, that is published in the official gazette. Published in official gazette. Published in official gazette. Then that will become an act. Okay. Sir. Then whenever on the name of face of that any date is mentioned, that is nothing but a commencement of that. Best example, Companies Act 2013, first time in India, 29th August 2013. Section 1 is came into force first time, 29th August 2013. Came into force now, 29th August 2013. Then what happens? That is a date of commencement. So if you are mentioned any date in the act, that is the date of commencement. If you are not mentioned any date in the act, आप any date नहीं mention हुआ, इसमें the moment when president gives his assent, that is the date of commencement. Date of commencement. So listen, what happened? What is the simple scenario? So bill was passed in the parliament and that is enacted commencement of force. So meanwhile, sir, whenever the bill is passed, after passing of a bill in the parliament, before the bill is came into force, meanwhile, okay, sir, any orders are issued, any rules are framed, any simple, sir, bill was passed in the parliament, but that is came into force on this date, no? Meanwhile, there's a lot of gap, a lot of dates are there. So meanwhile, once bill was passed in the both the houses of parliament, that is came into force on the particular day. Between these 2 days, any rules are framed, any orders are issued, any regulations are framed, then in this scenario, sir, these are not came into force on immediately. These are framed, sir, but these are not came into force on immediately. When the act is came into force, that is the date of force of these rules and regulations also. Even though these rules are framed between When these rules are came into force, when act is came into force, as on that day onwards, these rules and regulations are came into force. Simple scenario. Clear, sir? Simple, sir. So after commencement of this, any rules and regulation amendment, those are called as amendments. But after forming and before commencement, any rules and regulations are arises. Any rules and regulations are there in this scenario, in this scenario, in this situation. These rules and regulations are also came into force on which day, sir? These rules and regulations are also came into force on which day act is came into force. Clear? Next. Next is one more important general function. Suppose you are a chartered accountant. Sir, here you are committing fraud in a company. You are committed a fraud. You are a chartered accountant. In a company, you are committed fraud. Whenever you are committed a fraud, Section 447 is applicable as per Companies Act. You are a chartered accountant, then as per you, the Chartered Accountancy Act 1949 is applicable. Then what is my question? Now you are a chartered accountant, you committed a fraud in the company, under which act you are punishable? Under Companies Act you are punishable, under Chartered Accountancy Act 1949 you are punishable. That is my question. Tell me, sir. That is my question. You are a chartered accountant, you are committed a fraud in the company, the facts of the company did any fraud or in this scenario, in this situation, then what happens? Fraud is happened, then section 447 is applied as per Companies Act 2013. But you are a qualified chartered accountant, you are a practicing chartered accountant. At that scenario, what happens? Chartered Accountancy Act 1949 is applicable. In this दोनों act में किसकी act किसका act के related आप punish हो? In this which act, based on which act you are punishable? So you're like that. What happened? Any provisions as to offense, offense punishable, provision as to offense punishable under, provision is an offense, it is an offense punishable under two or more enactments. Two or more enactments. So whenever you are committed an offense, this offense is punishable under two or more enactments. Okay, so then in this scenario, then offender shall be liable. Then offender shall be liable. Then what law make offender shall be liable? Yes, so the offender shall be liable to the process punishment under either or any of those enactments. Either any of those one enactment. Out of these two enactments, then the person is punishable either any one of the enactment only, not for both enactment. One person is not punishable, and means twice punishment is not punishable. Punishable twice for the same offense, it's not possible. Out of this, any one, sir, whether it's company or chartered accountants, it depends. Out of any one only is punishable for the same offense. Twice for the same offense is not punishable. This is one of the general function in case of General Clauses Act. Okay, sir. How to commencement of time, how to termination of time, how to measurement of distance, male and singular and plural related, how to means who is having power to make the rules and regulations, have power to means add amendments, circulars related information. Okay, sir. After that, we have discussed about provisions related offend two or more offenses were discussed. So recovery of fines, sir. Whenever recovery of fines, recovery of fines. Sir, here recovery of fines. Section 63 to section 70 of Indian Penal Code or Criminal Procedure Code. Criminal Procedure Code for time being in force. Okay, sir. So any punishment in India, recovery of fines, of fine amount punishment from section 63 to 70 of Indian Penal Code or Criminal Procedure Code. Okay, sir. Unless anything is mentioned, unless anything is mentioned, means unless anything is mentioned means in act में sir, in any separate act में any punishment mentioned हुआ, you should follow such particular punishment. Sir, if separate act में punishment mention नहीं हुआ, if you are not mentioned any punishment, so company साथ में fraud हुआ तो section 447 applicable sir. हमने से prospectus में fraud हुआ तो section 34 and 35 criminal liability and civil liability is applicable. Criminal liability and civil liability. Civil liability means criminal liability, section 34, 35 of the Companies Act, sir. In prospectus, we studied about criminal liability and civil liability. So, criminal liability situation, section 447 applicable. Civil liability, sir. Director, proposed director, manager, managerial person, key manager person. These persons are compensated the loss like that we have studied. No, the criminal liability means according to Criminal Procedure Code, according to Indian Penal Code, like that the liability and recovery of fines are applicable. Clear? This is one more general function. So another general function is service by post. Service by post. So what is service by post, sir? Simple, sir. So in case of Companies Act, we have studied about section 15 and section 17. So section 20, service by post. What is section 20, sir? Whenever any person communicate the information to company or company communicate the information to a person, either registered post, speed post, ordinary post, or electronic means by hand delivery, like that you can communicate the information to each and every company at their register office service by post, or company wanted to communicate to any person from the name of this registered post. So whenever in case out of the all sir registered post, the registered post is the best evidence for delivery. Why? Because here there is acknowledgement is there. Acknowledgement due on terms. So this is called as acknowledgement due. What is acknowledgement due scenario? So acknowledgement due means, so whenever you can receive the registered post, you should pick a sign on that particular one. Okay, sir. You can sign, then only the registrar deliver, the postman deliver. That is nothing but acknowledgement. It is a proof that if you are received such instrument, you are received such a document or not, it's nothing but service by post. Whether give or send or any other expression is used, unless different intention is appears. What is our intentions are properly posted, properly addressed, and properly stamped. Like that, our basic assumption you can send is either registered post and delivery electronic means are service by post situations. Clear? Clear, sir. Sir, we know about that. We have studied about that. Sir, you are discussed about prospectus concept in Companies Act. Out of that, we have studied about securities definition. What is the securities definition under Companies Act, sir? So, Companies Act में securities definition define नहीं हुआ. They are giving a reference according to the 2 clause H of Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956. According to section 2 clause H. Okay, sir. Of SCRA 1956. Like that, you are giving a reference, citation. This is called as citation. Citation of enactment, a reference of enactments. Construction of citation of portion of another enactment. You are giving another enactment portion. So you are giving a citation reference. Based on that, we should define this securities. Okay. This is a general provisions related to the general provisions related to the what's related to general clauses. This is the general provisions. Okay, sir. Now we have discussed about one small one questions which are in the previous examination or previous MTPs and RTPs related questions related to the general clauses act. Go through with that. So question number C. Visible question number C, everyone. As per provisions of Companies Act, go through with that. As per provisions of Companies Act 2013, a whole-time key managerial person shall not hold office in more than one company except its a subsidiary company. At the same time, referring to the section 13 of the General Clauses Act 1897, examine whether the whole-time key manager person can be appointed in more than one subsidiary company. This is a question, sir. What is the question here? Listen carefully. This is a question here. Sir, here one company is there. Full-time director. One person can be an appointed for a whole-time director, whole-time manager, key managerial person of that particular company only is not eligible to appoint its subsidiary. This is the rule. But law clearly says that it's subsidiary means that is the company decided that only subsidiary, no. Company is having four companies, four subsidiaries. Then this person can be a key manager person for four subsidiaries. They are saying that they are not be a key manager person for subsidiary. But I can appoint that person as a key manager person for subsidiaries. Like that can appoint or not? No, sir. What section 13 clearly says that masculine gender includes female and singular includes plural also. Sir, here he is not appointed for its subsidiary. It includes is not appointed for one or more subsidiaries also. There is nothing but singular includes plural. So this is the answer, sir. 4 marks question. This is the 4 marks question. Simple question, 4 marks question. What is the answer? We go through with that. Section 203 of Companies Act provides that whole-time key manager person shall not hold in more than one company except its subsidiary. At the same time, with respect to issue whether the whole-time key manager person holding company be appointed one or more one subsidiary companies can be appointed only one subsidiary company. It can be noted that Section 13 of the General Clauses Act 1897 provides the word singular should include a plural unless there is anything is repugnant to the subject to the context. Thus, a whole-time key manager person may hold the office as more than one subsidiary as per the present law. Next is it. Right. Another question. General Clause Act. Question number 11. Go through with that. Mr. Upper and Mr. New, both aspiring chartered accountants, have met in a conference for CA students. Both are having an argument about the meaning of financial year. They have approached you as a senior in the profession to guide them about the meaning of financial year as per the provisions of General Clause Act. start from 1st April to end from 31st March. Okay, sir. But I also brief them about the difference between the calendar year also. Calendar year is different and financial year is different. What is meant by service by post as per the General Clauses Act? Service by post, we are saying. These are the two questions, sir. Go through with that. What are the two questions? Answers. What are the answers are there? Isn't it? According to Section 3, Class 21 of the General Clauses Act, financial year shall be means year commencing from first day of April. The term year has been defined under Section 366 of year, renowned according to the British calendar. As per the General Clauses Act, year means calendar year and starts from January to December. Normal. So if you know the section number, you should mention. Otherwise, as per the provisions of General Clauses Act, like that you should mention. Difference between the financial year and calendar. Financial year starts from 1st April, but calendar year starts from 1st January. Meaning a service by post. According to Section 27 of General Clauses Act, where any legislation or regulation requires any document to be served by post, unless different intention is appears deemed to be affected, properly addressed, repaying, posted, registered post. Letter containing the document has been affected at the time when the letter will be delivered in the ordinary course of post. Okay, next. So next case is General Clauses Act. So listen, an act of parliament which has specifically mentioned a particular date. Referring to the provisions of the commencement of 1897, find out the date which the following regulations are came into force. Sir, an act of the parliament which has not specifically mentioned a particular date is mentioned, that is a date of commencement. Particular date is not mentioned, on which day president gives his assent, that is the date of commencement. We are studying now, published in the official gazette, like that. The Securities Exchange Board of India regulations to the was issued SEBI by notification 14 effect on 1st January 2016. So sir, when it is issued, sir, SEBI 14th August 2015 with effect from 1st January 2016. When the date of commencement, sir, 1st January 2016 only. Okay, so what is the answers related to that? Go through with that answers. Why it's 1 minute? One minute. Screen is visible as well. Screen is visible to all. Last one. According to Section 5 of the General, any central act has not specifically mentioned a particular date it came into force. It shall be implemented on the day which receives the President's assent. In any specific date of enforcement prescribed in the official gazette, the act shall came into force on such a date only. In the given situation, SEBI is 2015 but came into force on January 26. Then that is nothing but date of commencement. You know about already we discussed the preamble. Preamble is gives a scope object. The purpose of the act is comprehensive. The preamble is instead a part of the enactment. We discussed. Next. These are the concepts in examination, 4 marks questions, simple questions they can ask in the examination. With their general question. So listen. Mr. Vyas, of the owner of the house, number 20 in Geeta Colony, Delhi. He has rented 2 rooms in this house. Mr. Iyer, the income tax authority, has served a show cause notice to Mr. Vyas Said notice was received Mr. Iyer and returned to the notice with the endorsement or refusal. Decide the reference to the provision general clause explains whether notice is rightly served or not. Notice served means properly posted, proper address, acknowledgement due, acknowledgement means as receive a letter says show cause notice to a Mr. Vyas. The said notice was received by Mr. Iyer and returned the notice with an endorsement of refusal. Clear the mention is yes. What is that? We are not accepting this notice. Then notice is rightly sent to the Vyas or not. This is received is not. We said that I am not interested. Good. Go through with that answer. We are clearly understood. So according to 27 General Clause Act, where any legislation or regulation requires any document to be served by post, unless different intention is appears, a properly addressing, repaying, and properly registered post. Letter containing a document has been effected at the time which letter would be delivered the ordinary course of post. The fact of the question are similar to decide case law, where it was held that where the notice is sent to the landlord by registered post, the same is returned by the tenant with the endorsement of refusal. It will be presumed that the notice has been served. I send the notice to you, then send that I am not interested to accept it. Like that, we can endorse. Means we are endorsed means we are rejected. We are transferred. The same thing what you are saying, sir, I am not interested to accept it. Thus, in the given question, it can be deemed to be notice rightfully served to be asked. Clear? One more important point. In this situation, they can ask for an example of we own land with the 50 tamarind trees. He sold a land and the timber to Ash. We want to know whether the sale of timber tantamount sale of immovable property definition 326. Immovable property, land, benefits arising out of things attached and like that we are discussing about definition now. Clear as it? Like that, this is the general functions related to the General Clauses Act. Very, very easy for examination purpose. These are the general functions.